So as you all know, like Ayushmann is not only a singer, actor, television personality. At the age of 20, Ayushmann won MTV Roadies 2. You know how hard it could be, like winning MTV Roadies 2 at the age of 20, which is a great accomplishment. And then we saw him in ever popular VJ for MTV and The Voice of Youngistan, with which he won hearts of millions of youth. A native of Chandigarh, he has become a national heartthrob, bagging critical acclaims for movies like Vicky Donor and Dum Laga Ke Haisha. Welcome him to Google.
Frankly speaking, I was not expecting this gathering. I thought it's just a Google chat. I'll be online chatting with people, but this is in real flesh and blood. Good to see you guys.
Welcome to Google, bro.
Thank you so much.
It's great to see you. Like, your energy is just great. I love it, man. That's awesome.
Were you there last night?
I wasn't there, but I saw
You
your
have
videos
no
on
idea about
Facebook.
the energy then.
We are real fans over here.
You were there, of course. Yeah.
So this is your first North American tour. How has your tour been so far?
In fact, technically, this is not a first visit to Frisco and Jose. This is the second time I'm here. I was there for the Independence Day parade in 2013. But the performance, I think the energy was amazing. There's a sizable size of Indian diaspora staying here. And it's always good to see Indians away from India. I think the connect that they have with the country is through music, through cinema, through cricket, through food. So I think I'm glad I'm part of that, those four things, entities.
We have a lot of questions for you.
मैं अभी भी kid हूँ यार, क्या बात कर रहा है? मेरा बचपन चल रहा है यहाँ पे तो childhood की बात कर रहा है यार.
It's
How old are
amazing,
you?
man. I'm 34.
You're older than me.
You're probably 3 years younger than me.
You look younger than 34.
But दाढ़ी नहीं उगा के आया, shave करके आया.
हाँ.
Okay, so Ayushmann, how did your childhood go? Your family shape you who you are today? Like, was your parents a lot supportive in you becoming
I
a singer,
seriously
actor?
feel that you are a combination or amalgamation or maybe sum total of whatever experiences you go through in life, be it your friends, your family, I think your peers, your family, they shape you up, the person you are when you grow up. I think I had a very middle class upbringing, and though my father was pretty well to do, but he never used to, हमारे कमरे में AC नहीं लगता था, नहीं तुम बच्चे बिगड़ जाएंगे. He never used to give me a bike or car, local बस में जाओ. So I think it really helps you a lot when you grow up and मेहनत करने की आदत पड़ जाती है थोड़ी सी.
तो क्या बचपन में ही आपने एक्टर बनने का सोच लिया था?
यार बचपन में सोचा था, मेरी दादी ने मुझे चपेट मारी थी बहुत ज़ोर से कि मैंने कहा मैं एक्टर बनना चाहता हूँ, and she was like no, you can't be an actor. आपको पता पंजाब में क्या होता है कि इतना कंजर खाना बन गया. मतलब यार नो
मैं समझ सकता हूँ. मतलब पंजाबी फैमिली में एक्टिंग सिंगिंग को मतलब वो सोचते हैं तो यार साइड चीज़ है, मतलब इसमें क्या है, लेकिन जब बच्चा बन जाता है देन दे आर लाइक यार मेरा बेटा है.
I used to act and my dadi used to say इतना मरासी जंप है. But I don't. But I think now I'm sure she must be proud of me. She's no
Definitely,
more. But yeah, I'm a singer because of her. She used to sing shabads in Gurdwara, and my father plays flute. But of course, they were not professional singers and musicians. But I think the genes trickled further down, and I'm blessed probably.
So tell us, you went to MTV Roadies 2 at a fairly young age, like around 20 you won the MTV Roadies. How did you manage to let your fame not affect while you went to school after
I think
that?
when I was 20, I became really high-headed. I broke up with my girlfriend. That was the first time I was getting female attention in life when I was 20. And before that, I used to wear braces, glasses, so I was very skinny. But the roadies hua, and I thought, I started getting attention. I broke up. तो मेरा दिमाग खराब हो गया था. So I actually think I'm the biggest star in the country, something like that. But I think I'm glad I started young. I can digest fame now, and I have a stable head on my shoulders now because I started young probably. First time I tasted fame was when I was 19 or 18 during Pop Stars. Roadies was the second reality show for me.
Yes, that's right.
But I think it's always good to start young.
Yeah, how was it? Yeah, you were facing Raghu, like जिससे सभी डरते हैं यार उससे.
यार इतना बुरा आदमी नहीं है यार वो. He's a nice guy. Like he's very sweet. And you'll be surprised that Raghu has a great taste in music. He plays the guitar, and we jam together a lot of times.
That's great.
So I think that he's like an elder brother to me, and he guides me a lot. And he's a very nice guy. I think it's just an image on screen that people think that he's very rude.
So
यार इनसे बातें करते हैं ना यार क्या
चलो,
मतलब
audience question
ऐसे ही करना है तो बाहर जाके साइड में बैठ जाते हैं.
ये बात बढ़िया है.
Why don't you just guys ask questions? And I think this positioning is slightly weird, yeah, क्योंकि वहाँ के लोग ignore हो रहे हैं, मैं यहाँ पे बैठा हूँ. I think we should just stand.
Stand, खड़े हो
Yeah,
जाओ.
yeah. I think I'll stand here. This is much better.
So हावी किसको?
When did you decide to become an actor or a singer or both at the same time? Did you decide?
जब से मैंने होश संभाला है, तब से मैं एक्टर.
Hi.
जब से सृष्टि का निर्माण हुआ है, तब से मैं अभिनय की दुनिया में अपने आप को चमकाना चाहता था. I think I always wanted to be an actor. I think the first film I saw was तेजाब. और जब थिएटर में मोहिनी की आवाज़ें आ रही थी और माधुरी दीक्षित 1 2 3 पे डांस कर रही थी, तो I thought I can be Anil Kapoor but without the mustache, maybe the full beard. But I think, yeah, I always wanted to be an actor and a singer, and actor singer both. I always idolized Kishore Kumar, in fact. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually wanted to ask you a question from the early days when you joined MTV. I recently came across a Bakra video जहाँ पे आपको अगर आप में से किसी ने वो वीडियो नहीं देखा है तो प्लीज़ गो चेक इट आउट.
नहीं.
It's hilarious. I just wanted to know कि आपके दिमाग में क्या चल रहा था, because I know उस टाइम पे you were new there and Cyrus and everyone, आपके सारे seniors आपके kind of टांग खींच रहे थे.
यार जब मैं नया मुंबई में आया था, मुझे कुछ आइडिया नहीं था कि मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा है. Frankly speaking, have you seen that video? Good for you.
नहीं प्लीज आप सब लोग जाके देखना.
It's called MTV Bakra. I think they used to. Yeah. कुछ नहीं यार. I think you're vulnerable when you're young. So I think I was just too vulnerable when I entered Bombay for the first time. That was my first job, in fact, on television. So yeah, it happened. I've grown up. I was 24 that time. Yeah. I'm 31. I'm 32 this year.
I was also watching एक पानी दा का जब द मेकिंग का वीडियो आया था, तो यू हैड सजेस्टेड कि ये गाना आपने कॉलेज डेज में कंपोज किया था एंड इट वाज वे अहेड ऑफ हिज टाइम. सो आर देयर एनी अदर सॉन्ग्स दैट यू हैड कंपोज्ड? आप एक बैंड में थे. हाउ वर यू इंट्रोड्यूस्ड टू सिंगिंग? सब लोग
I think yeah, we used to compose our own songs. We used to do theatre in college. और कॉलेज के टाइम के सारे गाने तो शायद खत्म हो गए हैं. I think पानी दा रंग, साड़ी गली, मिट्टी दी खुशबू, they all college compositions. And Oh Hiriye was recent. Dile Nada was also a college composition. But I think now we're composing new stuff. I'll be coming up with a single very soon. Next month we are recording it.
Awesome.
And yeah, I think I always wanted to be an actor, and then a singer. Theatre में ऐसा हुआ था. I formed 2 theatre groups in Chandigarh, and we used to compose our own songs for own production. So दोनों का रियाज होता गया, acting का भी और music का भी.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say amazing performance last night. Really loved your show.
That doesn't sound right, actually. You know that, right?
Why?
Nothing. Just kidding.
I just want to say I've been a fan of yours for a long time.
Thank you.
I love Pani Da Rang and Sadi Gali, and I love to sing, but I'm a fantastic bathroom singer. Nothing more than that. But if I were a
You can
man,
still do
I would
better.
love to
I
sing
was
like
almost a
Ayushmann Khurrana.
living room singer till I was in 8th standard, but then discovered I should sing, and I started taking classical training, but never took it too seriously.
I admire your vocals. You're a great performer and a dancer too, apparently. But what I admire the most is really your humility. You're so down to earth. And all my friends that were there with me last night, they're like, Ayushmann Khurrana, he's so down to earth. Anybody
I
can
just
connect with him.
hope this mask doesn't drop off.
Yeah.
Of being humble.
Well,
अंदर से
okay.
मैं इतना self-obsessed.
Well, I hope you stay like this forever. You're
Thank you
very
so
sweet.
much. Thank you so much. Wish you were there for the performance. यार कौन नहीं आया? कोई नहीं आया शायद. Are you working here?
Yeah, I do
You
have a
should call
Google.
your friends.
Are you ever planning to sing full Punjabi songs? Like join the Punjabi industry, act in Punjabi movies? You are from Chandigarh.
You'll be surprised my Hindi is better than Punjabi because my mom can't speak in Punjabi. I can read and write in Punjabi because it was part of the curriculum in Chandigarh. But I think in Hindi and English more than Punjabi. But I write in Punjabi, I sing Punjabi songs. I think every regional language has a texture which stands out when it's introduced in the mainstream culture. That's why I think Punjabi is the most acceptable language in Indian film industry. Like everybody wants to be Punjabi in Indian film industry. Like it's crazy. But I think now we've over-discovered Punjab and Delhi. I'm moving towards Bengal now. I'm playing a Bengali character in my next film. So I think as I said, I think every language has a great texture. It just makes a song unique. It makes it sound better, in fact, in a way. Otherwise, it becomes too generic. Hindi songs. I've sung 2 Hindi songs, in fact. One is Yahi Hu Main, my last number, and other one is Oh Hiri, which is almost Hindi. Only the Mukhra is Punjabi, rest is Hindi.
Yeah.
Hey Ayushmann.
Hi.
Hi.
कहाँ से हैं आप?
मैं गुजरात.
गुजरात से. केम छो?
मजा में.
तुम वेजिटेरियन हो?
Yeah.
तुम शक्ल से वेजिटेरियन लगते हो. यार वेजिटेरियन people have some vibe यार. दूर से पकड़ा ये वेजिटेरियन है. A vegetarian guy is walking. Your spirit is so vegetarian.
That is true.
You know, my soul is very vegetarian, but I'm a non-vegetarian.
It's okay. You are vegetarian still, right?
Huh?
You eat vegetarians.
I love vegetarian. Yeah.
When you ask him where he is, he normally replies depending on the girl in the front. So uska state depends on the girl in the front usually.
I didn't get you. Sorry. I think can you just increase the level of the sound more? I just.
I'm saying कि आपने इसे पूछा कहाँ से हो?
हाँ.
सामने वाली लड़की पंजाबी है तो ये पंजाबी है, गुजराती है तो ये गुजराती है. So.
अच्छा.
You have to be smart sometimes, you know.
तुम किसी दिन पकड़े जाओगे बेटा.
मेरा मास्क है.
हाँ अच्छा.
I have a mask too.
All right, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you. So do you still follow Roadies? And if so, what are your opinions about it? Do you still
No, yeah,
want
I don't
to-
follow that reality show anymore. In fact, during my time, Roadies was very different. It was just a journey from point A to point B,
Right.
and we used to have tasks. There was no bitchiness, there was no
Right.
gossip, or there was no backbiting. It was slightly different.
Right.
That's why the TRPs were also low that time.
Yeah.
कोई उस time पे Roadies देखता नहीं था. Like Roadies 2 was I think the most boring season ever. I think
Right.
it became interesting after that. And you'll be surprised, during my season, there was one girl from National Law School, Bangalore. Then there was another girl who went to London School of Economics from Roadies.
Wow.
So yeah, so we were like bunch of nerds and gave no content at all. I was also a nerd in college. So
Nice.
I think Roadies is becoming interesting now, but I hardly get time to follow.
Right. Okay. So you appreciate more the task in Roadies
Of
than
course.
other
I
stuff,
think
right?
that's pure.
Yeah. Right.
बाकी तो यार आपको रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में पता चल जाता है.
वही
Gossip
काफी है
कौन कर
रोजमर्रा
रहा है,
की
पॉलिटिक्स क्या चल रही है, यहाँ भी चलती होगी, I'm sure. Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
I have to say, I have lost track of my questions for sure. I'll have to say that.
Okay.
Okay, but
So
I
what's
can
your
read-
answer then?
But still, I can think of something. So, when did you realize to explore your acting capabilities, like singing and then acting? So, when did you actually realize to go ahead for acting?
I was in St. John's High School in Chandigarh, and I was the co-curricular captain of the school. I was interested in music and theatre, and my first musical was Joseph and Its Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which is an Andrew Lloyd Webber play. So I sang in that play as well, performed as one of the lead cast, and I started young, as I said, and I'm a very self-conscious person. I'm quite shy, but my father used to really push me to perform.
I can see that.
कि डांस करो बेटा, अब गाना गाओ. हर बर्थडे पार्टी में मेरा डांस होता था because my father used to force me. अगर वो ना होता तो शायद मैं एक्टर बन ही ना पाता, because I'm intrinsically a very shy person. So I think to come out of the shell, my father really helped me a lot. I think your parents really need to discover your talent and hone in a certain way that your intrinsic character doesn't come in the way. So I guess that shell was broken, and I became a natural over the years. I don't try too hard. I just be who I am. I think it's easier to be like that. If you're being somebody else, then I think you may not last forever. And if you take your life as it is, if you're simple as a person, you have minimalistic needs to fulfill your life, I think it's easy to be like that.
Okay, can I tag along one more question?
Yeah, you can. Question number 2.
So, what do you enjoy doing more, singing or acting?
I'm more of an actor than a singer. I'm not a trained singer. I used to get classical training as a kid, but never took it too seriously.
Wow.
I was always interested in acting, and I thought I'll always become an actor who sings, not a singer who acts. And also think that singing is more difficult than acting.
Wow.
मतलब singing, म्यूजिक के रूल्स होते हैं, एक्टिंग के कोई रूल्स नहीं होते. आप 7 सुरों से भटक नहीं सकते.
जो करना है करो.
हाँ, एक्टिंग में कुछ भी कर सकते हो. आप एक सीन 10 तरह के कर सकते हो, बट एक मेलोडी है, एक सुर है, उससे आप जा नहीं सकते इधर उधर. So I think singing music is more technical than acting. Acting is more subjective. किसी को किसी की एक्टिंग अच्छी लग सकती है, किसी को नहीं अच्छी लग सकती, बट कोई अच्छा गा रहा है तो अच्छा गा रहा है. It's just as simple as that.
I'll have to say, I loved your pairing with Yami Gautam, and I'm really looking forward to your acting with Pariniti, and I
Thank
love
you.
your Dam Laga Ke Haisha the most.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I think it's again a personality trait. I'm a very laid back person. Yeah, I'm not hyper ambitious. I like living my life. I like discovering new places, new people. And apart from that, it's always good to be underrated than overrated. I think if at end of the day मरने से पहले लोग बोलेंगे काफ़ी underrated था ये तो it's okay अगर कोई बोलेगा ये बहुत overrated था it makes no sense yeah so I think it's all right but I think I should do ideally at least 2 films a year. As of now I'm doing just one film a year. So let's see, it also depends on the scripts and also depends on the kind of films that I get. So I am slightly picky and choosy. I just follow my heart. I don't follow my mind most of the times कि नहीं मुझे 3 फिल्में करनी चाहिए 4 फिल्में करनी चाहिए. I think I just do what I want to do. That's it.
I think your first movie is Vicky Donor. So what was your first reaction when you heard the story and how difficult was it to...
I think the first reaction was, I know this how to do it. Second reaction was that there was a task in Roadies. It was a sperm donation task in Roadies. Serious, true story.
Oh.
When I was 20 in Allahabad, I have donated sperms. For real. Out of 5 contestants, 3 samples were selected. I was one of those. So technically, I'm a method actor.
No.
So I did not cringe at all because I knew that this was the need of the hour and people are going through that. And when I read the script, it was quite clean. It was nothing creepy or cringy about it. So and Sujit Sarkar was a national award-winning director already. So I guess I trusted the director and the script was so good. And since I'd done that thing in the past, so it was just karmic, I think.
But the best part is you acted so well that I never realized it's your first movie.
Thank you so much. I could sleepwalk the character because I'm from that milieu. I am from Delhi, Chandigarh, so the language was easy. The thing was also quite okay.
Thank you.
So are we going to get your Vicky Donor type of movies more in some time future? Like that's one of the best movies I have ever seen. Like बिल्कुल different चीज़ पे कोई movie.
First of all,
funny be and
first of all, nice testicles. Sorry, spectacles.
Thank you.
But I think I don't know. I think if there's a sequel in the making, definitely I'll go for it. But otherwise, I think it's always good to go for quirky subjects which are slightly edgy, and I'm sure the audiences are prepared for it. And we live in a day and age when people are experimenting a lot. Either there's a superstar or a superscript. Till the time I don't become a superstar, I'll go with the superscript.
Hi Ayushmann.
Hi, how are you?
So first of all, I congratulate you for the last movie, like Dam Laga Ke Haisha. You were awesome in that movie.
Thank you.
So my question is that you played a character of 90s in that movie, and you grown up by listening songs of Kumar Sanu. So how was your experience like performing on a dance of a Kumar Sanu song?
I love Kumar Sanu.
Yeah, same. I'm a great fan of Kumar Sanu.
अभी भी जब सुनता हूँ सांसों की ज़रूरत है जैसे I just feel I should dance.
Yeah.
We are 90s kids,
yes.
and nostalgia holds a lot of value in my life. We live in the past. We think about those. I think every song you have a memory attached to it.
Definitely.
Every song. And I think it was quite a unique subject. Dam Laga Ke Haisha, fat wife, thin husband, intelligent, illiterate. So I think this clash of personalities in the film, both were underdogs. And when I read the script for the first time, and I was blown away. And I guess it worked. I'm glad it worked. It was not a big budget film, just like Vicky Donor, and it did pretty well. So yeah, I hope I continue to make such choices in life.
So I'm Suraj. I'm from Delhi. So I just want to ask you, like being an outsider, how difficult was it for you to make a mark in the Bollywood industry in the beginning?
I think industry has become more open now. It has become more accepting now. I'm not the only one. There are other actors also like Sushant, Siddharth, who are not from the industry and doing well. And I'm glad I'm born in this era. I read this book called Outliers. It says that if you're fortunate, you have to just choose the right era. And if I was an aspiring actor in early 2000s or 90s, मुझे chance ही ना मिलता. I'm glad I became an actor in 2012. It was the correct era, and it just worked. And I think this is the time when every year there'll be debutants making way from television, other mediums, modeling, or maybe people who are from outside the industry. So I think it's a great time, not just for the actors, also for the directors, script writers, producers. There are new producers coming up. So I think it's an open world now in Bollywood, especially. It was infested with nepotism earlier, but now it's become more open.
Just one more question. Which one is your favorite, Dam Laga Ke Haisha or Vicky Donor?
I think Vicky Donor made me a household name. The character had a lot of spunk. Dam Laga Ke Haisha was despicable in the first half, the character of Prem, and became positive in the second half. But I think I've worked really hard for Dam Laga Ke Aisha because the language was not naturally coming out from me. I'm a Punjabi, Vicky Donor was just a sleepwalk. Dam Laga Ke Aisha, I'd really worked on the language, body language, because that's, Prem is not me. I was playing somebody else in the film.
आयुष्मान, आपकी जो लेटेस्ट मूवी मेरी प्यारी बिंदु,
क्या
आप काम कर
स्टाइल
रहे
है,
हैं।
मतलब वहाँ से चलते चलते आयुष्मान आपकी जो लेटेस्ट
मैं भी
मूवी
हीरो की तरह आने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ।
तो सडनली मैं एंकर से ऑडियंस में फिर क्या स्टाइल है यार।
सर, आपकी जो ये मूवी आ रही है मेरी प्यारी बिंदु,
Yes.
आप किशोर कुमार के फैन हैं।
हाँ.
उसका पड़ोसन में एक गाना था मेरी प्यारी बिंदु, तो ये
Yeah.
ये उसी पे क्या बेस्ड है, कुछ है किशोर कुमार से लिंक इस मूवी में?
ऐसा है, दिस फिल्म इज अबाउट अ बंगाली राइटर हु इज इन लव विद हिज पड़ोसन।
अच्छा।
पड़ोसन का नाम बिंदु है, जो परिणीति चोपड़ा है, और वो सिंगर है।
अच्छा।
तो इट्स अबाउट दैट, ही जस्ट लव्स दैट पर्सन इन द फिल्म।
बढ़िया, गुड लक मैन।
लव दाई नेबर, इट्स अबाउट दैट। या
Thank you. So, when Ayushmann said कि कुछ बोलो, कुछ गाओ, कुछ करो, तो इनके शान में एक शेर बोलना चाहूँगा कि ना ज़रूरत है चांद सितारों की, ना ज़रूरत है चांद सितारों की, ना ज़रूरत है फालतू यारों की, एक कलाकार हो आयुष्मान जैसा जो होश उड़ा दे हज़ारों की।
क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है सर। ये शेर आप मुझे गाड़ी में भी सुना सकते थे। हम इनके साथ ही आए। Thank you so much. Yeah, I'll sing. So we'll end it with the song, all right? माहियाना आया मेरा, माहियाना आया, माहियाना आया मेरा, माहियाना आया, रांझना आया मेरा, माहियाना आया, माहियाना आया मेरा, रांझना आया, अखां दा नूर वेख के अखियां चो हंझर उड़दे, ਜਦੋਂ ਅੰਬਰਾਂ ਬਰਸਿਆ ਪਾਣੀ, ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ, ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ, ਮਿੱਟੀ ਦੀ ਖੁਸ਼ਬੂ ਆਈ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ ਸੋ ਮਚ।
क्या बात है।